Good afternoon. I'm coming back on since my earlier broadcast. I was going to do it again with Instagram, but then I was like, you know what? It's all good. So yeah, this video is called Shared Gifts, or Gifts to Share, something like that anyway. But I know at the beginning I was like, excuse me, the reason that I saw that, the reason why I'm coming with this is because I watched a video with, what's her name? Remember I say every time, you know, how do we change the vibration of the planet with love? So I find that, you know, certain things come to me in order to share, in order to you know, to assist in, you know, open people's minds up. So anyway, now I watched this video with Mary J. Blige in it, and she was doing a cover of something, I think it was Stairway to Heaven or something like that, which seemed to me like it was a rock song. But anyway, so in that they was talking about people that, you know, the drummer, the bass guitarist, and, you know, different artists. And I was like, oh, you know, because the way that they were speaking about him was like, yo, the way they play is like, yo, you got a gift. That's you know what I mean? You are so it's like amazing to be able to do that thing. And I was thinking to myself, you know, when I wanted to play an instrument, because it's like, you know, you got to feel that stuff. When I was younger, I tried to learn how to play the clarinet, and it weren't for me, so I kind of let it go. So excuse me, I find that a lot of people are trying to find out, you know, what are their gifts, what you know, like, what's their gifts, what their purpose are. They don't think that they have any gifts to share with the world. And to be quite honest, it's the furthest thing from the truth. So, you know, looking, you know, at one point, I was the same. I didn't think I had anything to share, anything to offer. You know what I mean? I definitely didn't know I was going to be doing what I do now, which, you know, doing videos or anything like that. I had no idea that I was going to do that. But, you know, getting into me, that's how I found this. It was, you know, it wasn't by chance. It was by basically doing some work. And so what they wanted me to get everybody to understand is, you know, the more you do work within you is where your gifts start to emerge. Because, you know, you can look at other people, and that's what I was saying, you know, looking at these people that was using these instruments, it was like, wow, they're amazing. And you know, that, like that movie Soul, you see that they, you know, they play an instrument, but they go into this space that is just so kind of etheric, like they've just gone into a zone type thing. And that energy is letting you know that there's something that you're very passionate about. So when I was looking at these artists, you know, these players, I was like, you know, that's their gifts. So they wanted to let me know that, you know, everybody has the ability to have gifts, but you got to look within yourself to find out what these gifts are. You know, you can look at other people and gain inspiration, but the gift comes from you. It's like, I used to work in hospice. When I see hospice nurses, that's a calling. Their gift to work with people that are terminally ill, and to walk them through, and their families through, a stage that, you know what I mean, one of the hardest things going on in life. That's a gift to be able to do that. You know what I mean? You know, I worked in that space, but not worked like the nurses did. So to me, that's a gift. It's like teachers. Not everybody can be a teacher. I used to work with this teacher. She was great at you know, when it comes, you know, because I work with special needs children. She had gift out the backside with all the terminologies, how to, you know, how to operate with them, you know, talking to them, the whole shebang. She had it. And I remember giving her a reading when not long after I'd first got to the school. And you know, I ended up saying to her, look, as a behavior specialist, you'll be brilliant, but as a teacher, that ain't you. I said, don't feel too, you know, don't feel a way about it, but I'm being for real. You're not a teacher. You can teach from your perspective of, you know, your gift, and that gift that you have with that special needs space. But as a teacher that's going into the school and doing what they do and teaching children that way, that was not her thing. And, you know, honestly, she failed miserably at it because she was trying to do something that wasn't for her. But like I said, you know, to be a teacher, it's a gift, you know, that gift to be able to stand up and allow the wisdom that you've gained to be able to give it to other people is a major gift, and people don't realize that they have that within them. You know what I mean? So the gifts that we have to share, you have to look. This is a time. This is what I'm always saying that, I mean, love is the key to everything. But going inside of you to find those gifts is where it's going to emerge. When I was younger, like I said, I think I said this at my other video, but honestly, I had this wish when I was a child that I wanted to change the world. I had no idea what that looked like, but that was a thought process of mine when I was a child. I want to change the world. And when I came and I was working for hospice, I met this woman called Teresa. She was from England, in fact. I think she was from Liverpool. And she took me to a metaphysical store, one of her friends in Villa Rica. And the woman looked at me and she was like, "You want to change the world?" I was like, Because I'm like, I ain't never told anybody that's my thoughts. I was just, like one of those things that you think about as in your own space. But she said, "Oh, don't worry about it, you will." And I just looked at her because I couldn't believe that somebody was telling me something that, this was a thought of mine. But, as years has gone by and, you go through different situations, circumstances, and you start to work on yourself. And in working on yourself, certain things emerge. I never knew that even had the ability to stand up and talk in front of people, because I used to be very shy. I never used to speak my mind or speak any kind of way. I was very shy. So the fact that I can actually do this and speak in front of people on a camera is like, that's me comfortable in my skin and trusting this process, which is part of my gift. Because I was told that I have a good way of explaining things in layman's terms, you know what I mean, in an easy way. So they wanted us to get to know, it's bloody hot in here, Gordon Bennett. They wanted us to know it's, our gifts come from working within us, working on ourselves, working on that inner structure to feel what it is that we want to do. You know what I mean? Like I said, you can look at other people and gain inspiration, but if the want or the feel is not within you, that's not going to emerge. I could want to be a singer all bloody day, but if it ain't in me to be a singer, it's not going to happen. So that's why they want us to work on ourselves, to look in ourselves, and to love in ourselves, to allow these gifts to emerge, because everybody's got them. The mere fact that we are here as it is a learning space, but we come here with tools, we come here with gifts to give others. You know what I mean? Like I said, when you have I got a friend that I came to America with, Yedida. When I say she can sew, she's a designer, a fashion designer. And when I say she can sew and design anything, absolutely friggin' amazing. And I know that when we was in England. So I used to model for her. That's how I met her. And, her creations have always been brilliant. That's a gift, the way she's able to look at a design or create a design just by hand and then just sew it, even without a pattern. That's a gift. You know what I mean? Not everybody can do that. Just the same way, like I said, there's teachers. Teachers have a gift of being able to teach people in a way that they're understanding what the message is. So you have to find your gifts. You got to find that, but you got to look within yourself. You got to know that the abilities lie within you. Like I said, you can find inspiration from a lot of different things, but at the end of the day, that calling or that gift comes from within you. And when you find it, hey, it's a beautiful thing. It's a work in progress, because you never know where it's gonna go. It's like people who can write, people who write books. You know what I mean? That ain't something that's easy. But in order for you to be able to express yourself, writing it down, and have the vocabulary to write in so much, that's a gift. You know what I mean? That it's going to be there forever. So you're making your mark in this world, and that's what they want us to understand. We all have the ability to make our mark in this world, and make our mark in this world in a way that, stands to aid somebody else. Like I said, I went to school for music, and I got my degree in the music business. Yet, when I started to meditate, they told me my work is to be of service to the people. Point period. And if I had time to do music, fine. If not, hey, you know what your job is. And so even when I heard that, it was like, yeah, right. But that's how it's played out. And, I have to say that I'm having to trust the process, because in trusting this process, I've allowed that stuff to come through me. Like I said, this is not me. this information, this wisdom is not me, it comes through me, but I'm a vessel to allow that to come through me. So that's a part of my gift. My gift to the world is allowing that wisdom to flow through me to pass on. And so, you know, if I was a singer, you know what I mean, that inspiration or that stuff that comes through me would be what would be given to the world. So they just want you to know that you have that. Everybody has gifts, but you got to find it from going within. Yeah, inspiration, other people have got it. And the other thing is, you know, you got people that are, you know this, you got people that are jealous and envious of your gifts or other people's gifts, or and want to shut you down because they are jealous and envious of what you got. And that's the thing. When you look in yourself, you're going to find so much that you're able and capable of doing that you don't need to be jealous or envious of somebody else's gifts. You know what I mean? That's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy, because you're not even thinking that you're worthy of having gifts. If you're looking to other people and think that, oh, what they've got is what you want, look in yourself and you'll seem to find that and more, because you're honing in on the very essence of who you are. You're being authentic to you. And that's all, you know, that's what this journey is about, being authentic to you and to allow those gifts to come up as you, you know, those people that are able to initiate and priests, that their world is about passing that wisdom on to others. Oh gosh, passing that wisdom on to others, you know, that's a gift, because that gift is a gift that keeps on giving. You know what I mean? What they learn, they're in next to pass it on to other people. It's a gift, you know. Like I said, those that are writers, those that are teachers, those that are, you know, doctors, those that are, you know, nurses. I take my hands off to them. Even those that are CNAs, that's a gift. You know what I mean? Anything that you can bring change or bring awareness or bring something to somebody else, it's a gift, and we all have them. And so they just want us to understand that. Gosh, and I got my jacket on. Why? I just picked up everything from school and like just put it on, and now I'm burning up. Shoot. So anyway, you know, as I say, I can't even see what's going on there. There's too much brightness, but hopefully you can see me while I'm driving. I just wanted to get this done now, because I know by the time I get home, I've got too many things to do in order to do this again. But yeah, gifts is what you come here with. You just got to find them. You've got to root them out within you. That means that you've got to do the work within you to find out what these are. But you come here with them. You were born with these gifts. You just got to nurture yourself in order to bring that out. And that means loving yourself, nurturing yourself, and trusting yourself to be who you came here to be. Don't allow somebody else's insecurities or somebody else's issues to affect who you are. You know what I mean? Or to stop you from being you or doing you. You know what I mean? That way you won't explore all the gifts that you have, especially if you're worried about how somebody else thinks about you. You know what I mean? Or how somebody else feels about you. That's not what this is about. This is about you knowing you for you in order to be the best that you can be. And so, you know, like I said, everybody has gifts. When I looked at Mary J. Blige, I was like, you know, from when I was young and listening to her sing, and she's still going strong. I'm like, look at this. That's a gift. To be able to sing like that and to be singing anything and to connect with so many different people, it's a gift. You know what I mean? But just know, just because your gift may not look like hers doesn't mean it's not a gift nonetheless. And not only that, everybody's gift is not going to be the same. Because even if you have two healers or two teachers, their expression is not going to be identical. You are you, and that is your power. That is your superpower. You being you being authentic to you, you being the space that what wisdom comes through you, and the way you express it out is not going to be the same as the next person. Even though there's many people doing the same thing. You've got many writers, you've got many designers, you've got many doctors, you've got many, all different kinds of things. You know what I mean? Teachers, you know, priests, you've got many, but their expression of how they give that wisdom and give that information is totally different. But your power is being you. Your gift, your superpower is you being you and allowing you to step in as your authentic self, so that gift gets shown with your true essence. You know what I mean? You know, we've had too many things go on in our lives that don't allow us, you know, gets us caught up in so many different things that we don't express ourselves in a true, authentic way. But that's what we've got to get back to, being ourselves. I mean, you know, astrology, I look at that. And like I say, I like it. I really love it. Do I understand it completely? No, I don't. And those who can go through a chart and flip a chart and understand this, and the planet doing a conjunction and all of that stuff, to me, that's a gift, to be able to look at those things and be able to express it in a way that makes perfect sense. And not only makes perfect sense, makes perfect sense, you're able to, what's the word? Kind of prophesize with it. That's a gift. You know what I mean? Yeah, you could be taught those things, but the way you express it is totally different. You know what I mean? There's many astrologers out there, but all the way that they express themselves is totally different. You know what I mean? So just know that you being your authentic self allows you to bring your gifts out the way that they're meant to be. Remember, the gift that was given to you is the way you express it, and not another. Nobody can do you like you, ever. And that's your power. That's your superpower. That's your blessing. That's your blessing to the world. Nobody is you. Nobody could ever be you. I don't care how much makeup they want to put on something, how much they want to dress like you, how much they want to do whatever. They can never be you, because that's your gift of being here. Look at that. Too much noise, and I have to close the window and then burn up at the same time. But yeah, so your gifts to work, the gifts to share to this world. Be you and allow you to flow. Slow down. Sorry, this woman coming up real fast behind me, and I'm like, yo, it's not my car. Slow down. Thank you, Gordon Bennett. I don't need another accident. But anyway, so gifts to share. You all have them. We all have them. And so allow your gifts to share to the world. You know what I mean? This is about love right now. The planet is changing. And you've got the only thing that's going to keep us in a space of really changing this space is knowing who we are and going into who we are for that fact. So know that you have a gift that nobody else has, regardless of what it is, to share. And trust that, own that. And, you know, like I said, that's your power. All right, I'm going to get off here. I can't trust these bloody drivers, even though it's not affecting me, because I got my hand on the steering wheel and I'm doing good. But yeah, just trust the process. Trust your gifts that want to emerge, because they're there. You just have to pay attention to yourself enough to allow them to come up. All right. So I love you, and I love me too. Remember, you know what I mean? You know, the divine would not give you things, tools, things that, you know, that bring you so much joy in order for them to just sit there dormant inside of you. That's not the case. You know what I mean? So if there's things that you really want to do and you're passionate about, allow them to come up and see what you can do with them. And ask for the guidance, because the guidance will come to you. You just got to ask the right questions. That's one of the beautiful things about this spiritual world. You ask the right questions and the answers got to come. You know what I mean? You don't ask the questions, hey, it is what it is. But when you ask the right questions, that information, that wisdom is coming to you in order to give you the guidance, in order for you to manifest and make this thing play out the way it needs to. So again, I'm gonna leave it there because I can keep going on. But yeah, your gift to the world is you being here in your authentic space and sharing that with the world. However that plays out for you, whatever that looks like for you, whatever that expression is for you, do you and love it at the same time. So anyway, I love you. I love me too. And I suppose I shall talk to you another time. Ivina, darling, I love you too, darling. Yes. All right, so you take care. I'll stop now, so I'm going to cut it off. All right, my dears, take care. All right, peace out.